Welcome to the Rainbow Dragon Crux. This is a secret society of dragons and the secret society of the priesthood, the new priesthood, priesthood of Mother Earth, the priesthood of Gaia, the priesthood, secret society, Naga clan, Rose Crux clan, the Water Dragon clan, Rainbow clan, Rainbow prophecy, Rainbow tribe, But see, the people only know Rainbow prophecy. They don't know Blue Diamond prophecy. They don't know dragon stuff. They think they know. But see, the people have been taken away from understanding the spirit and understanding different timelines, because being born into this timeline today, not understanding the spirit, you're stuck in one timeline. You're stuck in the 3D world. And so the freeing oneself and coming back through a porthole of remembrance and initiation of igniting the kundalinis within the dancing water dragons within oneself, lifting oneself up. There's a whole thing within itself of removing the lower realm energies, because a lot of this stuff has been hijacked, and we know that, and it's been hijacked ever since the 70s, since the original rainbow came in, original rainbow prophecy, and the perversion out there, as you see it today, on a lower realm, must be destroyed. The lower man, lower feminine must be destroyed, so both can be lifted back up in a frequency of heaven on earth, and reigniting the lower waters and the higher waters. But the dismantling of what it is in the mind, that must take place. The spirit, the dragon, the demonic serpent, which has infested the tree of life and wished to try and create its own tree of life, but can't because it has no water. That dragon out there wished to come into the mind of the humans through manipulating the DNA, manipulating the water within one's mind and within their nagis, of making them confused on what is going on out here in the 3D realm, because the understanding the portholes within oneself of going back within, it's a difficult thing of going within. The path has become free if one wants to take the initiation back into the fairy realm of the unicorns and the dragons. But it takes an initiation of understanding and a frequency change, and go back into oneself and understand the truth of their chakras, the truth of their water, the truth of their DNA. Because people think they know, but it has been manipulated. The whole spiritual path since the 70s was manipulated. So when you're listening to a video, an audio book that is 100 years old, comes from the 1920s, and they're talking about Buddha, I think there's a little bit of disconnect from the people today and the people that came out of the 70s, of when they found out about Buddha. Because Buddha wasn't new. It's just Buddha was taken away. The dragons, the truth, the frequency, was taken away. A frequency of understanding where God is at, where Divine Mother is at, where the dragons, fairies, the truth of where the rainbow comes from. Because you don't know where the rainbow comes from. You don't know what creates the rainbow. That's the problem. That's the alchemy of moving into the age of Aquarius. But the age of Aquarius is not outside of you. It's within you. And you move with the planets. You move with the water. You move with the fire. This transformation today can't be comprehended because the people are in a different timeline, unless one has been going through it. But if one has been sitting there watching TV, watching movies, watching horror movies, and getting entertained, you're living in the same dimension. You're not understanding what dimension you're in. You choose not to do research, not look into stuff, not understand what happened over these timelines, because we have gone back in time to clean up past timelines, to make everything so everything can come back into play, with the Pleiadians, with the symbols, with the numerology, with everything. It doesn't matter what realm you come from. It doesn't matter what tribe you come from. You can be Native American and you can still have demons. I got friends who are Native American who have demons. It's a sad thing because they say certain things, but they're not in the sacred water, because the sacred water was polluted. The sacred water went away. The sacred water was drained out of Mother Earth. The mercury went away. The iron shield went away. The feminine were no longer protected. The priestesses, the priesthood, the real priesthood, the druidic priesthood of the north, the druids which came out of the blue Kachina. People want to talk on humanitarian stuff. People want to talk on this. They want to talk on that. Talk on being a light worker. There's so many different directions. And people can just spin the same story over and over again. People have been doing this stuff for years. But it's not the right tune. It's not the right key. It's not the right code. Because we had to wait until we came back into alignment. Because we went backwards in time. 1776, right? Pluto returns. People talk about it. It's a frequency thing. We went back into time. Some people talk on whatever. There's the East Coast thing. We will just put it. But people don't know the frequencies. Because if we went back into time, that means we went back through everything you know of. And the timeline of the 13 colonies. Going back into time. Dismantling things spiritually. Yeah, there's someone on the pedestal out there, the Orange Man. People don't understand. They don't know. Because what is sacred is secret. Now people can understand more between the left and right paradigm, between, there is still the role left and right, But it's the middle path that nobody can see. People say they do, say they can. It's deeper. Because the patterns, the alignments, the planets, what is truly at stake, nobody can comprehend. Because if we're going back into the age of Aquarius, back into New Earth, we needed to do certain things. We needed to change the alchemy. We needed to go through portholes. We needed to go through a porthole and come out onto the other side. Up and out. Climb Jacob's ladder. Tie some knots. Spiritually. Nobody can see. That's the lost sight. People can't comprehend in their third eye and in their mind because they don't have the vision. The vision is blocked. People can't be trusted with the vision because of what is within them. They're not allowed to go any higher. They're not allowed to comprehend heaven until they understand, until they master what has been forgotten. And it's a deep situation. It's a deep thing. Because people in this reality, they just live in a wasteland on Mother Earth, concrete jungle. And people just doing the 9 to 5 every day with no consciousness, no truth of spirit, no wanting to know truth. Because they're been suppressed through the frequencies and the invisible frequencies and the self-doubt of oneself, because they have changed the frequencies to take you away from the being an original tribe member. They say changing the frequencies of the music, but it's changing the frequencies within one's body so one does not resonate with the frequencies of what a tribal member used to be like. Original tribe, Native American, Islander, Nordic, whatever you be. Once everybody comes to America, they end up being mind controlled and their culture is taken away. And that's the whole plan of destroying one's culture. And that's been the plan ever since they created the whitey, the faded ones. Because in true reality, it was them who took the dark, pigmented the skin and took the black out of the skin and created the whitey devil and sent them around the world for the most part. And that's what it has been. So when people speak on stuff, ancient history, it's a lot of manipulation. And so the people only knowing the little bit that they know about ancient history, about their frequencies, about their own culture, where they come from. You know, it's all, your history has been manipulated, your children's history, out of, all these wars and this manipulation. It's come a long time, and where they are taking the next generation is not, nobody can truly see. You do have your few that can, but no one can truly see on the spiritual front because they haven't been through the frequencies of what the AI truly is and how they have already gotten into the people through generations of poisoning the water, poisoning the sky, poisoning the food, all of the vaccines, all of this stuff. And now if you look at all of the kids, and all of the people and how they just get jabbed, and the consciousness level is 0 to none when it comes to putting trust in their own being of understanding what's truly taking place. They just go along with everything that is being told to them without doing their own research. And we've known this, but this is so far gone in what has taken place over these past couple of years, and how situations come to hand, and then the situations go past us, events we will call them, and people are shocked that certain events happen, but then everything is okay after the fact because it doesn't affect us independently, but it's affecting someone else out there in America or around the world. And the consciousness, I see within the people, there are some people who do pay attention, but there are those who don't do the research and don't know that there is a massive event going on at this time. There are many events, but all these many events are actually one big event over the period of time, because they, as we, going back home, Mother Earth, Father Sky, Sacred Water returning, Mother Earth going home, they have attempted to go home. They are the fallen ones. They are the ones who have fallen out of the ice wall, locked out. They're outside of the Lion's Gate, and they have attempted to get back in, which they are not allowed. So them being locked out, they have no sacred water. They are separated from the water. This is why they are using water. They're using the material water, creating their own water to destroy everything, because they have no sacred symbolism. They have nothing of creation. They are shit. So we have crossed that threshold of understanding everything. They are not allowed to cross the threshold. They know where the threshold is at. They know where the porthole is at. And they know who is in the way. But it's the humans today who don't have a clue. They don't even know where God's at. It's a good thing people are turning back to Jesus, back to Christ, because Christ is a feeling, and Christ has returned. Jesus has returned away from religion, because religion has put an identity on him. And that's the thing of when telling a story. When you tell a story about somebody, someone you've never met, you have a perspective of what he was like, or what this person was like. But when you have a coat of religion around somebody, that's a frequency hijack within itself. So taking away religion, taking away the government, taking away the system, and thinking of, oh, Babylon, Rastafari. It's a different tune. It's a different frequency. You think of Native Americans, you think of what it was like before the invasion. Think of what it was like, feel what it was like before the invasion. Because that's the problem. What is it? People are stuck in this realm of distorted, manipulated music, manipulated frequencies. But it's coming back to understanding. There's going to be a lot of craziness going on today. Chaos. Because it's what happens in the end days. It's the chaos in the mind. It's the chaos in the spirit. Because they have no water. And they are demons within. They are demons. And they freak out. However you want to see it, however you want to feel it, however you want to think about it, within whatever you think. They have lost the blood. They have lost the water. They have lost the Christ of blood, blood of creation. They've lost everything. Because that's the transmutation. People have transmuted this today, the blood and the water within, but can they understand it in the mind? That's the thing. Can you understand what is taking place spiritually in the awakened mind of Buddha? Because the water, the memory of who you are, where you come from, your true being, your true frequency, of being a heaven, a divine human. Understanding that you are God's creation. You are one with Mother Earth. It's the reconnecting to the truth of today. Not assuming you know the truth. It's knowing the truth. Understanding it so you may gain the wisdom and become realigned with the Ankh, with the truth of the symbolism, Buddha's eightfolded path, the truth of the 144, the truth of the 99 red balloons. Because there's a thing going on in spirit. There's a Christ. We are Christed. The priesthood has returned, but we are dragons. We are the dragon priesthood. Of a forgotten time. Because nobody's in the water. No one has the memory of what a druidic priest is today. There's many timelines, but it all comes back to one. It comes back to this now moment that everybody speaks on. I'm talking on this here and now, it's consciousness. That's a Hindu thing. It's a Buddha thing. Buddha comes from Asia. So if the Bible was written in, we'll say Europe, Middle East, whatever. So the Bible was written over there. And when they talk about the West, and they talk about the East, the West in that timeline is being Europe. Okay? So within the Bible, if they are talking about the East, they're talking about Asia. If they are talking about the Far East, they're talking about America. Because Asia is America. Asia, the three Indies, the three magnetic poles within symbolism of returning back to where we were through the frequencies, through the porthole within and without, through your third eye of understanding. Because the soul is trapped in the human body, and you can't access the realm of unicorns and dragons, because you don't understand that the rainbow over the Mississippi has already been activated. The crystal pyramids have already been activated in the Gulf of Mexico and in the Great Lakes. It's your frequency that can't see it. So there's a lot of distortion in today's timelines of understanding, because Jesus is not religious. I picked up a frequency last week of sheep, of someone breaking into a sheep pen and painting all the sheep a rainbow. So I wonder where that thought comes from, that feeling comes from, that vision of someone breaking into a sheep pen and painting all the sheep a rainbow. Where does the sheep symbolism come from? Sheep is following the mainstream. Sheep don't pay attention. Sheep don't do research. It doesn't matter if you say the government is crooked or not, if you don't believe the government. If you're not doing research, you're still a sheep. That's the problem. This is an elevation thing. This is elevating oneself into the wisdom and the knowledge of what has been taken away from us. But if you don't want the wisdom, you don't want the knowledge, and you just sit there and ignoring stuff, it's not going to work that way. Because this stuff is going to come and bite you in the ass anyway. And that's what people don't understand. They think that this is the only timeline. This has been the only thing that's been played out on Mother Earth, with the money system and the bank and the Babylon and this government. This thing's coming, and it's going to come for you all, because it's been ignored. So get your stuff ready. Get your spirit ready. Nobody's ready for this, because of, you can see what it is today too, where all of these situations that have been taking place. And I know that there are people out there who are awake, who have friends, who don't want to communicate, who don't want to talk about this stuff. And that's their own spiritual baggage. So if one's able to communicate and talk about this stuff, lift oneself up and understand what is taking place today, you will rise. You will come back into the presence of Creator and the sacred water and remember what the truth is. If not, you're just going to be left out there with the rest of the sheep. It doesn't matter what side you're on. Doesn't matter where you are, what your thinking process is. There's only one road, one middle road. This isn't a red and blue. This is a purple. This is a purple and a golden path. Purple, green, and pink. This is ascension. These are the higher frequencies. There's more frequencies out there, but you can't access it because you haven't gone through the initiation of understanding. We gotta travel through a realm that can't be seen, that can only be felt. Actually, in this timeline, it will be seen because I've already processed the frequencies. And you don't want it, but it must happen. People must see. Look what's going on today. The children, the animals, the wars, the floods. Wake up. Have a good day.